done did it to myself. I've been struggling with tweaked out shoulder, and yesterday I was doing some stuff I don't normally do, and tweaked it out even more. So we're going to talk today while I do a kind of a all-around full body workout with upper back and arms focus. We'll talk about how to train around an injury, I guess, and do a nice kind of not really easy but more or less kind of gentle full body workout, starting with a set of chin-ups. Not sure how many I'm going to do. We'll do as many as I need to until it starts to grind, because we're not going to be doing a whole lot of sets today. But this will be a good way to get started. Do some back and biceps. Let's go. Is good. That's more straight pull-ups I've done, or straight chin-ups I've done in quite some time, in years. So that's good. Could have done a couple more, but if you okay, now I'm feeling it. That was good. If you kind of do something a lot better than you've done it for a long time, that's good. So just did 15 very, very solid chin-ups right out the gate. We're good on chin-ups for the day. We don't need to do any more of those. In this workout, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I'm doing kind of more full body because lately I've been feeling that my body's been well, not really breaking down, but things just, my ankle and my shoulder especially, have been feeling not good. Just a little tweaked out more than usual. And like I mentioned right at the start of this video, I messed my shoulder up even more yesterday while I was trying to practice some tuck plunges on the ring. And a tuck plunge is where you push your whole body up into a tuck, kind of in this position on the rings. And for me, that's tough because my arms are so long and I'm kind of tall. When you start to get into those calisthenics, not really advanced, but definitely beyond the basics with calisthenics, puts a lot of demand on your front deltoids. And even though my shoulders are plenty strong in general, for that kind of stuff, it may be a little overkill. But anyways, let's I want to see how these feel. I don't know how many I'm going to do. Not very many probably. But I'm going to do some bench dips. I'm using my armrest on my seat for these. Just going to see how they feel. Probably won't be able to go real deep, but okay. These feel okay. Let's do about 15 of these. One thing you got to do every now and again is kind of, if you've been making lots of progress, which over the last few months I feel like I've made a decent amount of progress, and body weight strength, the basics like push-ups, dips, pull-ups, things like that, squats, lunges. But I was also feeling the effects if I haven't pushed myself pretty hard last couple of months. Not just with my workouts, but with being on the road now for 7 months straight, working every single day. I kind of needed a little break from the norm. So instead of doing, split body part routine, which I was doing, which is like I was doing legs, then chest. So day 1 was legs, day 2 was chest, or day 2 was back, day 3 was chest, day 4 was arms. And I repeat that every 4 days. Now for the next week or two, I'm just kind of doing general full body or just upper body, lower body splits, and working on my mobility a little bit more, and kind of dialing back the intensity. So not doing a lot of volume. Those are going to be my 2 kind of main exercises for the day to get started, get the pump going. Now we're gonna just do a little mobility, because I got to lay off the shoulder a little bit. So there's going to be no more dips for a little while. I was also practicing handstands, more or less on a daily basis. Not every single day, but I was doing some handstands every day. So I'm going to cut out those. I did do some push-ups earlier today, and those felt okay for my shoulder. But I still got to be careful. So we're going to experiment a little bit. Those bench dips felt pretty good, so we can substitute those in. It's good for the triceps. So I got some, my triceps right there. Not too bad for a truck driver, But anyways, let's do some light mobility work here. Start with our neck, going back and forth. It's great stuff to do if you're a beginner, and even if you've been working out for decades like I have. You never really stop doing this stuff. This is all my workout's going to be for the day. It's going to be mostly just a couple sets of this and that for some strength, a little bit of strength, mobility, stretching. I'm going to concentrate on the shoulder. These are really good for the shoulders. I do these almost every day. You just kind of take your arms, spread them out, and then just rotate your arms up and down. So palms up, and you kind of rotate your palms all the way to the back, almost to where they're facing up again. You can see how my shoulders are moving. Then I reverse it. I do one way and the other. So it always feels pretty good on my shoulders. Then I kind of do this position, some rotator cuff. Really good exercises to do on a daily basis if you're just getting started with working out, or you want to just know where to start. If you're a truck driver or someone at home, you don't really know how to start getting working out, just do stuff like this. Just get used to moving all your joints around. We're gonna do some hip circles now. Take your feet about a little wider than shoulder width apart. So kind of right here, I'm gonna turn sideways. It's a little easier. And just do some hip circles, just like this. Nice and easy. You'll feel a little bit of a stretch right in here in your hips. And just do a few. You don't have to do a whole lot. This is just good to get your joints moving, get the blood flowing through your body. Kind of checks it. This also helps you kind of check in with all your joints and your body in general to see how you're feeling for the day. Notice if anything feels a little off or doesn't feel like it should. You'll kind of know to pay a little more attention to that as you go along throughout your day. Okay. Now we're just going to do a squat. We're just going to spend some time in a deep squat position. I'm just going down on my squat here, just kind of hanging out. It's got long legs, so this isn't easy for me, but I can do it. And I'm just kind of going back and forth. And whatever you're at, even if you could just go down like this, just spend some time under tension. Okay? Go down. I know a lot of other truck drivers, a lot of people who are older, don't exercise a lot, they're not going to be able to go down nice and deep like this. So just go down as far as you comfortably can and just spend some time there until you feel some strain. Try to straighten your back, you know, move around a little bit. Just experiment with stuff you're not really used to, but go gentle. You know, don't mess yourself up. You want to come up a little bit, shake it out. A nice little stretch here. Like I said, I'm just going pretty easy today. We'll do this for about 20 minutes, about 10 more minutes to go. And I got some other exercises I'm going to do. I want to do some inverted bodyweight shrugs. I think we'll do that next. Just to kind of hit the upper back a little bit. Then we'll do a little more stretching. But I think even when you have like a little injury, like I don't think my shoulder's really injured, but it's definitely not in a good spot. Like I said earlier, I can still do push-ups just fine. Not really bothering me too much. But even like raising my arms up like this, I can feel it right there. It doesn't really feel good. But that's how it is sometimes. I do my best to avoid little injuries like this. And when I do get them, I never really like push through them. I'll kind of work around them and I'll still keep going, just doing what I can. But I'm too old to be, you know, pushing through the pain. That's not a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea for anybody, but especially as you get older. Anyways, he's up a little bit higher. So these are some inverted bodyweight shrugs. Pretty cool exercise. Not something you're going to be able to do right from the get-go. I wouldn't say it's really advanced, and they're a little easier than they look, but definitely got to have some strength to do them, just to get in the position. But they are fun, and they're pretty cool. My glasses off, otherwise I'm going to fall down, because I'm about to go upside down. Nice to have some more room so I could finish in an L-sit or something like that, but when I'm down in that lower position, I'm bumping up against my bunk here, so gotta keep working with what you got. Okay, so that felt pretty good. So what I did this week is I decided to kind of back things off for a little while, which is really important to do. As I mentioned earlier, if you've been working out and things are going strong for 10 to 12 weeks, but then you kind of start feeling yourself lagging, you're starting to have lack of energy, just back off a little bit. And start off like Monday was a pretty easy workout. Or no, it was a Sunday. Sunday or Monday, I just did a little bit of stretching and just did some walking, and that was it. And the next day, did a little bit of stretching, a couple sets of really light push-ups and pull-ups, squats, kind of like I'm doing now, but even less. And I just kind of ramp it up a little bit. And I'll ramp it up for about a week, then I'll back off a little bit more, then ramp it up again. And then during these times, I decide what my next 8 to 12 weeks of training is going to be based on. It's going to be similar to how it was, but I'm also heading to, I have decided to go to Southeast Asia for the winter. There's a reason I live the way I do. Such a minimalist. Is one of the reasons I stay so long out on the road for 8 or 9 months straight, so I can go and spend time overseas and just hang out, enjoy the food, go to the gym, go to the beach, and just spend some time just enjoying life instead of just always working. It's kind of how I balance things out. Not for everybody, but for me it works. Okay, now I'm going to do something called an inverted straddle. This is another one. This is kind of a strength, so called an isometric strength and flexibility, mobility, movement. But it's one of my favorites. It's something I just recently started doing. I haven't done these in a long time, but I just tried these the other day and they felt pretty good. So we're gonna do them some more. I'm probably gonna do a couple of these because I think it's a really good stretch, mobility, and strength move all in one. It goes a little something like this. Just like that. Hang out, get a hamstring stretch. I'm just going to hang right here for a minute. Stretch out a little more and come down. Woo! A little bit of a head rush. Yeah, I think inverted movements like that are great. It takes some training to get to where you can do them, but it may not be as much as you think. It's just a lot of people don't really know how. They don't really know it's a thing. And I'm going to go ahead and sit in something called Shiza or Seiza position. I forget what it's called, but basically you sit on your heels. The top part of your foot is flat, and you just kind of sit back on your heels, just like this. I think it's really good for your ankles. It always is a good stretch for my ankles and my feet, the tendons, all from your knees to your toes. I'll spend a lot of time here, but like I said, I'm just trying to do a general, gentle, full body strength and mobility routine. Just to give people an idea of what to do, how to get started. And I'm doing things at a level that's not really challenging for me, but definitely makes me work. I mean, the first set of pull-ups, that was fairly challenging. Pulling off those 15 reps of pull-ups right from the get-go like that. That was kind of challenging, but I probably could have done more. But it gave me a good pump, which is what I was after. And based on how I'm feeling right now, I'm just going to do some gentle stretching the rest of the workout. I'm not going to do much more strength right now. Like I said, I'm still feeling kind of beat up with my shoulder the way it is. And I just kind of feel that my body needs a break. And I'm still putting in the time. And I think that's important. No matter how you're feeling, put in some time. You don't always have to have long, intense workouts, but I got a bit of a pump. I'm sweating a little bit. My heart rate's up a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I think it's important just to get the blood flowing and get stretched out every single day, because you really need to get good at just, especially the older you get, you need to get good at just being instinctual with your body. I do the same thing with my diet, and I'll be going more and more into my diet and how I eat. Someone asked me about my diet and how I eat on the road. If I cook in the truck or eat at truck stops, I don't really do either. I shop pretty much only at Walmart because a lot of the places Walmarts have truck parking, and just go in there and grab all my food. But I'll go into it earlier, but I really just watch my macronutrients. Macronutrients is protein, fats, and carbs, and I pretty much hit it same day, same way. Every day, day in, day out. It's a little boring. It's one reason I'm really looking forward to going back to Southeast Asia, because the food there is just phenomenal, especially in Malaysia. If you've ever been to Malaysia, the food there is just off the hook. It's absolutely just great. That's probably where I'll go first. So we got about 19 minutes. We're going to do one more stretch, and then that'll be that for the day. I know I didn't have a lot. This video wasn't real strong for me, but I think it gives people an idea of what to do. In the future, probably tomorrow, I might do the same type of thing, but just show something that's even more beginner friendly. But here's a really good stretch to finish things off with. Just a quad stretch. I am not good at this stretch whatsoever, but that's why I do it. Okay, just lost my balance. I'm gonna bend forward a little bit. So I'm kind of stretching my quads and my hamstrings. A lot of people can do this where, well, not a lot of people, but I see some people doing this where their leg is just way up in the air. It's pretty impressive. I can't do it like that. I'm pretty happy if I can just do this and stay balanced and get something of a quad and hamstring stretch at the same time. And just hold it steady like this. For me, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Sometimes I can get my leg up higher when I do that, but stuff like this is difficult for me. I am not flexible at all. I got a good amount of natural strength and athleticism, kind of something I was born with, but the flexibility aspect of it all, whew, that is tough. Then I see some people where they're very, very flexible, and they're in good shape overall, but they're not like all that strong. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, but you gotta hit it all. That's just the part of being balanced, especially as you get older. A little bit of strength, mobility, flexibility. Yeah, I know that looked probably kind of awkward, but it is what it is. So that'll do it. It's important to stay balanced. And I think one of the reasons I kind of strained my shoulder a little bit more yesterday is because I was kind of ignoring my flexibility and mobility. Kind of stuff you saw me do today. And I'm saying it doesn't have to be too intense. You don't have to do a lot, but you need to do it. And I think the same can be said with people that are really flexible. I know there's people out there that really like to stretch, but they don't do a lot of strength training. They probably need to do more strength training, because even the people that stretch a lot, you can get injuries, you can get like tweaks, not really injuries, nothing that's serious, you're gonna really like slow you down, but just, well, stuff that does slow you down, but doesn't really debilitate you. Just stuff you gotta deal with. I think even if you're stretching a lot, same thing can happen. You can get kind of little tweaks and injuries from stretching because you're not doing enough strength training. And vice versa, you're doing too much strength training, you don't stretch enough, you get tweaks and pains and aches and things you just got to deal with that kind of just slows down your progress. But anyways, hope some of you got something out of this. For now, that'll do it. We'll see you next time.